Alright. Okay, maybe we can start already. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Selamat datang semua. Mari kita mulakan sesi kita dengan umum kita Al-Fatihah. Alright, thank you for all joining in yang dah masuk. So first of all, saya nak cakap terima kasih pada Unit Perkhidmatan Bimbingan dan Kaunseling MRSN Taiping sebab sudi anjurkan program ini bersama dengan kolaborasi ANSARA Muda Taiping di bawah bimbingan Ibrahim Khalil atau lebih mesti dipanggil Baim. Baim nak cakap hai ke Baim? Okay, maybe dia busy. Alright. Buat yang baru masuk hari ni, buat pengetahuan semua, ini dah sesi kedua untuk ANSARA Muda Career Talk Session. So untuk malam ni, hari kedua, kita menjemput Encik Husein Zolkepli daripada batch 13 untuk memberi sedikit overview ataupun a rough view lah about data science itself. Sebelum tu saya perkenalkan diri saya sendiri. Nama saya Tasmin binti Kiram Mahasiswa. Saya sendiri batch 13 SPM MRSN Taiping. So mungkin kita boleh teruskan dengan sesi kita. Kita silakan Encik Husein.
Terima kasih. Satu soalan, macam mana nak share screen ya? Saya buta sikit. Share screen.
I dah buat post. I rasa ada dekat bawah tu share screen.
Oh right, okay, say
Okay.
Continue. Desktop. Chrome. I'm not used to Zoom. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let's click. Hello, welcome to ANSARA Muda Career Talk. Who's doing that? My name is Husein Zolkepli. I'm a batch 13 SPM with Tasnim. She's a co-op girl. Dia co-op. Saya nampak dia almost every night. It's a little bit about myself. I'm a Chief Technical Officer and a founder of Mesolitica Bahad. We established since December 2018. Working experience 5 year plus officially. Unofficially, after SPM, already take some freelance job. Maintain Malay is a library that to understand natural language, which is our language, human language. The library called Malaya is a software. Also, another software that can understand speech in Bahasa, we call Malaya speech. Okay. So this is our company roadmap. We are contractor for governments. We develop software to understand Bahasa Malaysia. So this software can do a lot of things. The left hand side here, this is about the business. But the core about the technology we can do like sekarang kita belajar bahasa Melayu buat ringkasan, right? Ataupun buat karangan berdasarkan isi-isi penting. So the software can do the same thing. You give isi penting, it can generate karangan for you. You give karangan, you can get ringkasan. You can understand sentiment, emotion. So this is very useful for government to understand political landscape. Apa orang cakap pasal politik lah, ataupun pasal government. Alright. So what is data science? Data science is interdisciplinary between domain expert, computer science, and mathematics. So middle of that, which is we call it data science. I use this is definition from Wikipedia. Do not follow me. Do not use Wikipedia as your guideline. So the evolution is data. We start from like this. We have this machine. After that, we have some telephone and radio. And last time we already used the information like World War II. We capture the data to understand what Germans speaks among them. After that, Alan Turing developed a computer that can decrypt the message between the German. So that's why Alliance can win the war. So we already invest the data and understand the data. And uh, and then we have internet, which is www. It's free from this guy. Thanks to this guy, give internet for free. Or else, if we want to go to internet, which is www, we need to pay the fee for that guy. So now, 2020. This is 2019. Yeah, just 1 minute you can get 4 million of videos, Twitch, and so much more. You can click on the link if you want. Which is the data is so massive that collected by the companies. So here, so actually data science is everywhere. If you go to your Twitter, you can see some ads. If you go to Instagram, you can see some ads. Actually, the ads based on your behavior. Sometimes maybe you call your mom, hey, I want to buy a laptop, right? Let's say you speak about Asus laptop, and then suddenly you scroll Facebook or Instagram, you get that ads. Okay, so that's basically they are not hearing. Actually, iPhone or Android cannot hear what you said with your mom. Actually, it just based your behavior, because your behavior is so they capture almost your behavior, your mouse movement, you and then they gather some more related, which is the person that behaves similar like you, and they know that you want Asus laptop, and from there they give a good suggestion lah. Yeah. Why we need more data scientists now, right? Because the data is so big, so we cannot use specific software to do that. Usually people do use Excel, so that you do some aggregation like sum or plus or multiply, and this can crash our Excel if you try to use Windows 10, and then you try to take 500 megabyte of sheet, you can crash your spreadsheet, right? So we want to develop a developer that can code to understand the data efficiently, because right now the computer cost is very cheap. You can right now you can pay $5, and then you can get 1 core CPU and 2 GB RAM in the cloud. It's very cheap. Also, the company want to process big data very fast, and then to understand the business. According to in 2017, this is 2017, and US, everything usually they report from the US, because the US is, we call it the center of the world lah. So if the center of the world go on the right side, we also tend to follow lah. The number of data scientists grown over 650% since 2012. Okay. Job growth in the next decade is expected to exceed growth from the past 10 years, creating 11.5 million jobs by 2026. Okay, this is based on US. We can expect some little bit slow in Malaysia, not little bit, much, a lot slow, but we follow. So what kind of skill that very important if you want to go to data science, right? First, you need to understand the chart understanding, how you're going to explain to the chart, how you're going to explain the chart to your boss, how you're going to make your boss understand what you're going to trying to say statistically. Okay, statistic, obviously, you're going to calculate. Right now, we learn linear algebra, right? Form 5, and then that one is really crucial to understand the correlation, linear correlation. Math, or obviously Bayesian, something like that. We already learned about Bayes theorem. Actually, Bayes theorem used a lot in application. Let's say I want to predict the probability of cancer for certain population. We use Bayesian. Estimating some click growth based for the website, we use Bayesian. A lot more. Actually, the application we already learned during the high school, which is like Bayes theorem, linear algebra, but application we use during working life. So domain outcome sensibility, which is this is correlation. Let's say I want to study the relationship between people drown and marriage rate, which is in terms of number, the relationship is very high correlated, right? But it doesn't make sense in terms of human scope. Apa guna mengenai orang yang kahwin dengan orang yang lemas, right? So this thing the machine cannot understand, which is we call it semantic definition. So we need a human to understand that. But because if you calculate this number using your linear relationship in algebra, y mx plus c, So the gradient is usually, this one is toward negative one lah. It's really good. Means that if x decrease, y decrease. What x increase, y increase. Right? And domain right factor, which is first we need to understand the relationship here. After you understand the relationship, right? What's the reason the relationship become like that, right? Kalau orang mengandung naik, tiba-tiba orang lemas pun naik. Apa sebab dia? Maybe the relationship is very high, but what's the reason behind that? Okay, even it doesn't make sense. For this picture, I use soap. What's the relationship between temperature and detergent? We learn at biology because some soap put some protein, right? Jadi tak nak protein tu hancur, nanti kalau hancur dia tak efisien dengan darah. Saya masih ingat lagi biologi saya. And then lastly, we about programming skill, because we going to hire data science. We're talking about data, it's about computer. So this is just figure that the common software that people use in industry. Then this one you guys can Google if you like it. And then what's the difference between computer science, software engineering, and data science? Okay, computer science is focused on the science to develop a new technology to make it software smarter. We call it AI lah nowadays. Speech to text, text to speech, text summarization, GPS. Last time GPS is not free, thanks to US, they give a free GPS satellite. Kalau tak, kalau kita nak pakai GPS, kita kena bayar. Software engineer is build application layer. Macam Facebook is they can serve 1 billion users in 1 second. So that one really require a very good software engineer to design that kind of level of software. Means that macam mana dia boleh handle 1 juta request dalam masa 1 saat. So means that the server ada dekat Europe, ada dekat Asia, ada dekat Amerika, and so on. Right, the software engineer is specialized to optimize what computer science develop. Data science pula, which is we focus on data analytics gather from a app level, which is data from a Facebook, something like that, Instagram, and then we're going to create to improve the business. Let's say people watch a lot or people scroll a lot about bola, okay, football. So which location that scroll a lot about the football? So we give more ads about football at that certain location based on your GPS phone. So that we're talking about data science. We want to optimize that. Because ads equal to money, that's why we love ads. Education pass, okay. Let's say you finish SPM at 2021, right? And then assume intake every July. So you can take diploma computer science or IT. Just draw that. July 20, after that, you assume you take a diploma, and then from 2021 to July 2024. Or you can take foundation in science, but certain universities already provide foundation in science with IT. So which is really good. You can do some introduction to the IT or computer science. Or matriculation, which is 1 year. So that you can go to any graduates, degree in computer science or software engineer for 3 years. If from diploma, July 2025 or July 2028, or else is July 23 until 2026. After that, you can choose to continue postgraduate if you want, master or PhD. The fastest people get PhD, which is philosopher doctor, is 4 years minimum. Education pass, if you like experimenting, creating new solutions, state of art, like create new speech to text, really fast, really good, good accuracy, you can go to do some research-based postgraduate. You're trying to find a new solution instead of art. But if you care about working experience, handling work nature business, you can strictly jump to working experience. Because the software domain is very practical based. We don't care so much about your certificate, what kind of degree you want, you have. Because some companies already hired high school to develop apps. Example, anyone heard about Fifth Pay? They hired 16 years boy, 16 years old. That boy 16 years old, he interned for 6 months first at Fifth, After that, he full-time for 1 year in faith. After 1 year, he took O level, not SPM, and then he entered UTP. And that boy can develop a lot of things. Very good. For undergraduate, local universities only provided computer science or software engineer, but specialized in data science. Okay. For master, UITM, UTM, USM, and UKM provided master of science, which is data science. I only put public universities. This is the hierarchy, employee hierarchy for data science. So let's say you are from junior, right? So this statistic I take from a Glassdoor. You can click the link here. This is inside Malaysia. Salary Malaysia data scientist salary. Any education level entry, which is RM4K per month, and then you go to senior data scientist after 1 or 2 years based on the companies. Require at least a degree with working experience. You can start with 6. It's really high. That science right now is really high. I know people say that a lot, so that's why there's a lot of data science boot camp because the demand is a lot. After that, you can go to the lead data scientist, means that you going to manage the senior or junior data scientist. Recommended with at least a master degree with working experience 2 or 3 years, and then you can start with 9K. So this is statistic based on Glassdoor. And then you have a principal or director data scientist, also recommended with at least master degree, starting with 10K. And this one usually require 5 years experience at least. And then you can get company shares. And then from top to bottom, if you sit here, which is the principal, is very towards to team and product management. You're going to more discuss with the C level, which is director level, CEO, CTO, how to improve your business using your data. Okay, less on technical, which is you are more handling human nature, which is for me is more harder than develop a software. So let's say you want to jump from lead to principal, right? It means that you need to create a very impactful product, or you release something, or you create some policy in the government that, and then the company can get like untung berjuta lah because of you create something to the company. So usually the company will give you some reward lah to supaya tak nak kita keluar company tu, right? Give some share, some initiative. Like Google, they give a really good software engineer with some share to make the software engineer stay to the company. So how to start into data science right now? You just need to learn to code. Just code and code. I started to code during high school. After high school, after SPM, I already take some freelance, and then I 1 year in foundation. After 1 year foundation, I entered degree for 1 year, and then I got a full time during I took degree, and then I drop out my degree. Okay, do not follow me. I think that's all for my slide. Any question you can ask?
Alright, to the audience, any question boleh tanya.
Yeah,
But for me personally, so what's the main difference between data science and data analyst? Is it the same thing?
Data science is more technical. You develop hands-on code. After that, you contact your data analyst, explain the code, the behavior of the code. So data analyst is more between the bridge between you, which is data scientist, and the management level. Apa yang management trying to understand what it's trying to do. Right. The solution, which is the code, management tak faham.
Oh, so basically data scientist is like from the scratch lah, the first level of macam developers lah.
Dia macam engineer, tapi engineer yang code statistik.
Yeah.
Right.
So are there any professional title like data analyst? I tahu ada like PR, something PS.
IR, you mean something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Software engineer cannot be declared as IR. Software engineer tak dianggap engineer, actual engineer. Tak tahu kenapa.
Hmm.
Let's say you create really good software, right? And then the software can generate 1 billion, something like that. Software, you cannot patent software. You
Yeah.
cannot patent software.
So like for yourself, how many years? 7 years of experience, right?
Unofficial, 6 years.
Six.
Officially, makan gaji, masuk KWSP 5 tahun.
Okay, so personally macam mana working experience so far? Like, is it
Uh,
bearable because you're doing what you like? So
Actually,
bearable.
I learn code sebab hobbies. Actually, if you go to macam mana, complicated. Macam mana nak padamkan? Alright. So if you look this company, right, the Mesolitica company, which is I founded. So this company actually to understand bahasa Malaysia, right? Saya suka bahasa Malaysia, tapi bagi saya bahasa Malaysia sangat complicated. Jadi saya nak ada satu mesin yang faham bahasa Malaysia, yang boleh buat karangan untuk saya, yang faham tata bahasa untuk saya. Tapi saya tak pandai benda tu. Tapi saya nak AI buat benda tu. Jadi saya buatlah company tu.
Hmm.
Saya dapat A-
Alright.
dengan SPM. Bahasa Melayu.
Alright, kita ada soalan dari Facebook
Yeah.
daripada Muhammad Zaimir. What are the differences or similarities between data science and computer science?
Kita pergi slide ni balik. Mana tadi
I
tu?
saw earlier, I nampak degree in computer science, but you can major in data science, right?
Correct.
Something
It's
like that.
majoring. So what's the difference? Computer science and data computer science. Sorry, this is typo ni. Computer science and data science. Computer science is focus on technology. You create something new in software, text to speech, speech to text, text summarization. Macam nak bagi GPS lagi laju. So that's a data scientist. You're trying to find a new science in a computer. Data science, which you gather the data from the apps level, which is developed by software engineers by the company, and you're trying to use the data to improve your business.
Okay. So hopefully that will answer
Right.
Muhammad Zaimir. And then I saw just now you share like offer a degree in IT. So it's either computer science or software engineering in local uni.
Sorry, what? Can you repeat the answer? Can
In
you repeat
local
the question?
In local universities, I nampak you share tadi. They only offer like degree in IT, computer science or
Software engineer.
Betul tak?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so ni Pak Im tanya, so untuk jadi data scientist memang kena ambil course software engineer, is it?
Not necessary. But it's recommended because the fundamental of data science, you need to code, right? Because you learn how to code in computer science or software engineer, so you understand the technicality to code, and then a good way how to code to make your program efficient.
So for SPM members, what are the subjects yang diorang kena strong like to move forward with this?
Math, you need to understand math really good.
Okay, one more question from Ahmad Temidi. Is actuarial science similar to data science?
No.
Because for me personally, I faham because malam pun kita ada sharing session with Tuan Ikmal kan. He's an economist. So dia ada share actuarial science ni is like you deal more with statistics, and then it's like economist you data yang even wider, but actuarial science ni is more detailed. So for me personally pun memang lain lah sebab data science ni I rasa banyak main dengan coding kan. It is with data, but it's from different. Alright, one more question. Kalau ambil course degree in maths and stats, boleh ke jadi data scientist?
Semestinya boleh. Saya tak ada degree menjadi data scientist.
As long as you are good with math.
Good with math.
Alright,
Good.
soalan
Good to go.
okay. Soalan from Rafiqah Roslan. Boleh tolong cerita macam mana jadual seharian as data scientist? Busy ke?
Busy lah, busy. Boleh nampak macam sekejap, nampak kan saya buka banyak tab. There's a lot of tabs. There's a bunch of codes. So this is my daily life lah. Look at the code, understand the code, improve the code. But this code all related to math lah. Related to the business, data. So this is like my daily life. I code at least 12 hours a day.
Wow. But like kalau in other companies kan, would there be any working hours or memang you will work more hours?
It's flexible. Kami mostly kerja dari rumah. It's different if he doesn't handle data science. Usually data scientist doesn't handle server, so you don't need to stay out at late in the night to manage the server. Right now, if you towards to more data engineer, which is you create the infra for data scientists, you need to sometimes wake up at the night kalau server crash. Sebab kalau server crash, macam mana duit nak masuk, transaction data nak masuk, right? So benda tu penat lah kadang-kadang.
Okay, faham. And then ada soalan from Emma Izzati. What is your first job title?
Machine learning engineer. Saya first dapat kerja waktu saya degree. Waktu saya degree baru first semester. Waktu tu saya macam mana diorang jumpa saya, because I push a lot my code on internet. I share a lot of my code on internet. We call it GitHub. It's like this lah. Share just a public code, your idea, something like that, your software. And then I got the job from actually my first job with Barisan Nasional to develop a text analytics to understand politics. And then I defer my degree for 1 year. After that I try to catch up back my degree, tapi tak boleh, rasa macam bosan nak mampus. Masuk kelas macam nak mengantuk, tidur. Drop terus degree, kerja dengan orang sebelum masa. Not a good way.
You an engineer first lah.
Correct.
Alright. Apa karakteristik seorang data scientist? Like personal character or skills?
Skills I can say you need to really good to code, understand how you're going to understand your relationship, your code, why you code, what's your impact your code to the business. Kalau tak faham business, you code for nothing.
I see. So you need to know what your company does first.
Yeah, your data.
Alright, soalan from Arif. Lama ke nak biasakan dengan code tu?
Lama.
Like for you yourself?
Itu years lah, itu years.
Alright, soalan from Zuraini. What is the expected future challenge in data science?
Crowded entries. Macam engineer sekarang.
Oh, okay.
Dia dah banyak sangat engineers. Jadi susah.
So do you suggest SPM leavers to, maksudnya ada opportunity lah, ada opportunity tak in this career path?
Yes, of course. Engineer pun masih lagi boleh dapat kerja kan. Same goes to data science.
Alright. And then from Rujhan Najib, do you suggest IT students to work in Malaysia or overseas?
I don't have experience to explain this, but based on my friend, it's good to go there lah. Because you easy to find a professor, and then the professor will try to teach you, bawa pergi conference, try to create a paper. Sebab kat sana banyak company teknologi.
You mean overseas lah?
Yeah.
I see. kita ada info ada orang share in USM School of Management memang ada Bachelor of Management which is Business Analytics. So
Yeah,
I
correct.
guess so I guess kalau SPM Universe yang memang fokus, maybe you can try and Google about it. And then from Hidayah, could you share examples of your company's client projects, if you don't mind?
Kami contractor for government, so we handle TM data because TM handle all the government data. So from there we develop to study the sentiment or customer experience, website LHDN semua tu lah, from your social media. Korang maki ke kita orang tahulah.
Okay, alright. I hope these questions menjawab. Kalau tak jelas, you guys boleh ulang soalan. And then from Zaini, IT specialist and data scientist sounds the same. Can you elaborate more?
Can you repeat the question?
IT specialist and data scientist sounds the same. Can you elaborate more?
IT specialist is towards to software management, software product. Okay, in general. Data science is more about statistic, your business statistic with the software. If you are IT guy, right? So you doesn't care about what happened to the business, right? Let's say you do a business, you create, let's say you're a bank, right? You need to understand how about the loan and something like that. Itu data science kena faham. Kalau IT, you just develop a software, server jangan crash, jangan orang bising kat social media, server crash. Okay, that's basically IT.
Okay, I faham. So meaning IT ni is more like IT support within the system. Data scientist is like you support the business itself lah macam tu.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Alright. From Azami, saya currently taking bachelor in IT, but I have dilemma to choose either data science or cyber security for my major. Can you give your opinion on these two fields so that he can decide?
Which one to decide? I have a bias. Obviously, I'm going to say data science because I don't really understand cyber security. Last time I tried to join capture the flight. So complicated. I don't know how to.
So you cannot really give your opinion lah sebab cyber security you don't understand about it yourself. And then okay, someone shared you can actually get a professional title TS, technologist from MBOT. You tahu ke?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
Macam mana nak dapat kerja di GitHub?
Yeah, you nampak from Danish, yeah.
Yeah, how to get a job from GitHub last time if you check the GitHub so this is GitHub. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not.
Can.
So this is my GitHub. Last time masa tengah degree, I developed this software called Malaya. So this basically the software already, the Mesolitica is built on top of Malaya lah. Dulu main kod je, tiba-tiba dapat ada orang dari Barisan Nasional email kata menarik software ni boleh berjumpa. Sejak di situlah. Jadi saya tak nak cakap macam mana dapat kerja from only GitHub repo. You just need to create really good GitHub repo lah, I guess. Saya di sini bukan sokong diorang saya bekerja untuk diorang. Disclaimer.
Alright, Mbak Im. Mana? AI, Big Data, Machine Learning, IoT, tu semua data science ke?
Data science main data dalam tu, tapi benda tu semua tu dalam cluster of industry 4.0.
So maksudnya data science ni is like macam the core of it, is it?
Yeah, can lah, because everything is IoT is about data, AI also data, everything is about data.
Alright. Okay, apa nasihat terbaik untuk pelajar yang memang nak berada dalam bidang ni?
Nasihat terbaik jangan melepak dengan kawan malam-malam belajar kod. Itu saya buat dulu. Orang melepak, saya pergi kod.
Alright. From my experience. That's a good advice sebenarnya. Ramai orang cakap future of work is machine will take over all human work. Jadi manusia tak dapat kerja pada hadapan kah? How do we earn for living? Mana lagi senang, data scientist or IT?
This about the future of food, right? Right now we already have self-driving car from Tesla. They already have full autonomous self-driving car. It's really good if you can check in YouTube videos. Perfect. I want to buy Tesla, tapi Tesla tak boleh dalam Malaysia. We still have regulation about self-driving car. I can say the job is going to replace a lot lah in 2026 because computers is become cheaper, right? AI becomes smarter. Tapi we need a developer or software engineer that design that AI. So it means that the quality of the employees, human employees, is much more become better in the future. So because if AI increase, quality of employee also like this.
But does that mean like human resources will become lesser or?
Correct, become lesser. So it means that we shifted our job opportunities to more how to develop AI or how to cope with AI.
Alright, from Arif, antara actuary science and data scientist mana lagi better?
Saya tak boleh nak sebut. Again, I have bias. I'm going to say the scientist.
Yeah, and I personally rasa is two different things sebenarnya. Basic dia mungkin sama about statistics, but from what Husein explain, data scientist you memang banyak main dengan coding, which I don't think actuary science would focus more on that. So maybe need more research on that lah. Alright. Okay, from Alif, is there any application that helps us learn coding?
Oh, you can try to Google. I learn everything from YouTube and Google. I cannot give you a specific website how to learn code.
So it's like obviously you learn by your own.
Yeah, correct.
And your math during SPM was?
And math. Yeah, I can say math.
Strong lah, SPM.
Strong lah.
From Anwar, how do you overcome the perception that data scientists are too heavily dependent on statistics, that they are blind from technical knowledge?
Technical knowledge. The definition of technical knowledge is coding, you mean?
Okay.
Repeat balik soalan.
I rasa macam dia cakap perception orang sekarang macam data scientists are too heavily dependent on statistics. I mean, I rasa it's like statistics more to facts lah, that they are blind from technical knowledge.
You need to understand statistics. Okay. The reason why we use to code the statistic because the statistic is so complex to use the software. Sometimes software is rigid. Macam dengan software untuk statistic, SPS, something like that. Right. Let's say you want to create a more rigorous statistic, more deeper statistic, and then the software cannot catch up. Right. So you need to code by yourself how to do the statistic. You need to really good in statistics. Coding just to help you to find the statistic.
Okay, but Anwar specifically tanya macam how do you overcome the perception of people yang cakap macam ni, like
statistik lagi penting dari code ke? Macam tu?
No, that you guys are too heavily dependent on statistics rather than technical knowledge. Anwar, maybe you need to elaborate soalan.
Statistic is good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Any application yang boleh ajar coding?
Any application, you can try to App Store, just Python, C++, Java if you want. It's a lot.
So all that are the language kan?
So example, this is my software I develop. I give isi penting. Nilofa tetap keputusan berkahwin dengan Tawi ni. Long Tiger bantu Nilofa. Tiba-tiba Long Tiger gaduh dengan Husein. So it can generate article based on this isi penting. Tiba-tiba dia cakap acara top 5 bergaduh dengan Husein dalam pergaduhan yang berlaku di kompleks Mahkamah Tinggi Syariah. So you can create a really good fake news based on the isi penting you give. So this is the characteristic the software developed for the government lah. We can generate a really good fake news. Example like this is very isi penting yang tak jadi dalam politik, tapi dia boleh generate a fake news. Dia boleh generate macam ni juga, kita bagi isi penting karangan, dia boleh buat balik karangan.
So for you personally, general knowledge penting tak for
Penting.
data scientist?
Penting.
Sangatlah.
Of course. Hidup seharian penting. Kan data scientist tu.
Alright, from Azami, does GitHub ni ambil masa lama nak familiarize?
Yeah. Correct. It took me 3 months.
Sorry, but what is GitHub ni sebenarnya?
GitHub ni tempat, contoh Windows, right? Windows we call it a closed source. You cannot see the source code that happened inside the Windows macam the Windows tu terjadi. Right? You cannot see the code. But GitHub ni, you ada software macam Android. Android is open source. Means that semua orang boleh nampak kod yang terjadi dalam Android tu. This is the where the place they share the code lah. The famous one is GitHub. Second, GitLab. Ada banyak website yang share tempat kod.
I see. Right. Any more questions, guys?
GitHub ni menarik lah because you can share your knowledge. Sharing is caring, I believe. Right.
I think so. Alright. I dah tak ada nampak any questions.
You ada buat mentorship tak? Tak buat. Busy. Dulu saya rajin pergi sekolah permata. Ya, sekolah Rosmah panggil. Di situ banyak budak pandai. Saya mengajar dulu diorang. Selalu jugalah kerap.
Baik cakap buatlah please for ANSARA Taiping. For budak-budak Universiti Taiping.
Sebab budak permata tu, syarat nak masuk sekolah permata IQ at least 130. I already teach them. Yeah. I teach them the code for the industry level. Dia boleh faham sekejap je.
Berapa lama you mentoring?
Last 2 years lah. 2 years ago. Bila kena datangkan 2 minggu sekali datang lah. Suka tengok diorang cedik. Tapi diorang macam tak ada kawan.
I thought you too. Okay, ada soalan lagi. Ada tak apa-apa acara atau pertandingan yang boleh naikkan projek kita dekat GitHub sampai diambil kerja?
Selalunya orang join hackathon. Hackathon ni macam tempat, it's a competition to code. Let's say Asia buat hackathon, right? Dia ada terma dia sendiri. Buat satu solusi how to make airline more efficient, software airline, right? 24 hours to code. So if you come up with really good prototype, and then after that you pitch your code, you get the money lah. From there you can bump your name. Dia sebut pasal IQ ni. Adakah certain IQ? No, it's not necessarily high IQ. Because the IQ exam pun is just based on a pattern. Tak semua orang suka pattern dan tak semestinya dia tak cerdik.
Alright, from Hidayah. What are the key applications of data science and analytics in manufacturing atau production?
Manufacturing, we can do manufacturing apa tu? Kalau macam botol kaca ke nak pisahkan, recycle ke, itu boleh buat automatic sekarang. Saya tak tahu manufacturing jenis apa. Kereta ke?
Kalau an example just
contoh kalau macam analytics, kita semula dia boleh create a software that to detect ini kalau botol ke, dia pergi automatic pergi situ using software. Atau kalau untuk kereta manufacturer macam Proton, dia orang dah guna software. Kalau ada dent sikit pun, macam 5% bengkok sikit body kereta tu, dia boleh reject. So macam mana dia orang detect bengkok or kemek dekat body kereta tu, dia orang pakai kamera. Software lah. After that, you can study the statistic. 5% of your population besi, kenapa jadi macam tu? Python versus C++, which one better? If you go to data science, if you like to data science, data analyst, go to Python. If you more love about embedded level code in edge device, you go to C++. Tapi Python and C++ code together because actually Python ni dia buat atas C. C++ buat atas C. So apa yang Python boleh faham, C++ boleh faham. Skill dari data science ni perlu juga ada pada posisi kerja lain. Yes, betul. Tak perlu. Kalau macam HR practitioner, at least understand statistics lah to prepare in the future and then to understand basically data population. Python tu apa? Programming language. Ini Python. Coding ni Python. Ini Python. Bahasa alien lah sikit tapi kalau dah buat titik hari nampak 12 jam dah faham lah. Lagi senang nak faham Python boleh faham manusia sebenarnya.
Patut.
Apa beza R dengan Python? R built on top of statistic. Dia fokus untuk statistik. Python is general programming. Dia boleh buat chatbot, boleh buat website.
Oh.
Basically Python ni semua programming language. Boleh buat segalanya lah.
Alright. More questions?
Menarik.
Macam Husein sendiri macam mana boleh like specifically minat tu ke data science instead of
Data science tu sebenarnya semua kerja. Saya sebenarnya suka coding. Saya suka coding sebab waktu maktab saya suka bahasa Melayu tapi bahasa Melayu susah nak mampus. Jadi saya nak buat software yang faham bahasa Melayu. Sebab tu saya suka coding.
Faham?
Serius, ini serius. Ini macam lawak tapi memang betul.
Alright, Mbak In tanya, how do you have your data science community? How to get in touch with you in the future?
Ada dalam Telegram. Saya buat 2 group, machine learning dengan data science. Okay, tolong buat sampai jadi please. Dah ada dah. Kita orang memang dah buat. Kita pun tolong government. Kita orang ada translation. It's my own initiative. Group dekat Magic Sesi.
Cool.
Yeah. Software kami ni kami tolong government. Software kami pun MDEC dah present dekat Mahathir, katanya prepare Malaysia untuk industri 4.0. Sebab in the future kalau kita tengok movie semua orang nak cakap dengan smartphone. Tak ada siapa nak type kan. Jadi macam mana kita nak software tu faham emosi bila kita bercakap. Macam mana kita nak bagi software tu faham emosi bila kita type. Jadi we prepare for the future lah.
Tadi you mention you ada Telegram page kan?
Yeah, correct.
Nanti you can share.
Oh, sure.
And then from Rafika, waktu nak dapat kerja banyak kena interview tak?
Oh, of course. I've been interview a lot of companies. Google pernah, Facebook pernah. Tapi dia orang bagi gaji.
Boleh share pengalaman.
Kalau interview macam Google dengan atau Facebook international company, gila susah. Gila susah. Dia ada multiple stage. Stage last kali kena pergi ke sana on site, tulis kod atas whiteboard. Dan minimum interview diorang 3 bulan kalau macam company Google atau Facebook. Kalau company macam Malaysia, Maxi, Celcom, a very big company, usually the interview is like 1 month. And then like 3 steps, something like that. First step usually on call. Tanya personality, how good you are. Second step, usually dia orang dah bagi hands on. Third step, usually akan jumpa management level to understand you are fit or not based on the culture in the company.
Sebab mostly mesti kita faham bisnes diorang kan?
Apa dia? Sorry. Ya, kena faham
But
bisnes.
kena faham what the company does lah.
Yeah. How to instill data science interest for school students.
Menarik tu.
Susah tu. Kita ada I believe we need to improve the syllabus, our computer science syllabus in high school. Sebab saya nampak sekarang kalau macam certain sekolah dah kena tulis kod untuk nak lulus SPM, dia orang kena buat website macam simple PHP kalau nak lulus SPM. It's a good initiative. I believe we can implement that on all high school. Certain high school je macam saya berjaya je macam tu. Sebab kita ada masalah internet lagi dalam sekolah pendalaman.
Betul-betul.
Local university mana yang paling recommended untuk pursue this course? I cannot say. Memang tak boleh nak cakap. But go to UM atau UiTM lah. Or UTM. Professor sana, lecturer sana okay. Maaf, UKM, USM yang mendengar. Atau universiti yang lain.
Alright. Tak ada any soalan ke? But I like lah your suggestion, maksudnya to instill the interest for school students means maksudnya just masukkan NIT subject is it for SPM?
Yeah, and then develop something. Sebab sekolah saya berjaya, kalau budak tu nak lepas SPM, dia kena buat website.
Oh my god.
Kena code website.
Tapi
Kalau tak dapat CJ.
sekolah yang tetapkan lah.
Ya, certain sekolah. Memang ada subjek computer science. Kalau yang cikgu-cikgu mesti tahulah.
From what aim, you okay tak untuk buat program collaboration dengan school?
Last time saya buat tapi sekarang dah busy. Dulu suka pergi tengok budak-budak.
Alright. Okay guys, last minute. Tak ada dah persoalan. Sekarang busy means you are getting more and more projects Husein. Alhamdulillah.
Bukanlah projek, consultant je untuk government. Macam pergi TM, tengok dia orang buat kerja ke tak, balik je. Sedih.
Pak Im, ada kerja kosong tak?
Ada kerja kosong tak? Kami nak hire pun susah sebab legal data tu sangat private. Okay. Jadi kalau nak hire pun susah. Nak proses tu ambil masa 6 bulan lah kalau nak hire pun. Developer ada berapa ramai? Ramai dalam TM tu. Saya consultant. Saya consult diorang.
So kiranya for now memang dengan TM only.
Sebab TM handle data government.
Okay. Alright, dari Facebook pun kita dah tak ada soalan. Anything to share macam opinion or advice for our adik-adik?
Start awal. If you interested in computer science, you can start very early. You can Google everything. Knowledge is on your tip of your finger. It depends on yourself. Nak tak? Okay. Berkawanlah sikit. Tak ada masalah pun nak berkawan dengan manusia. Okay. Maybe
jangan lupa berkawan dengan kod.
Itu je lah kot.
Itu je. Alright. I think we have come to the end for it, insyaAllah. It's a good sharing.
It's a sexiest job.
But data scientist is the sexiest job now. Thank you so much, Husein. So yeah, that's the overview of data scientist. I personally pun banyak dapat ilmu because I only started to know IT during my foundation in degree. We have to pass IT jugalah in order to masuk degree. But I know it lambat lah kan. So yep, it's a good sharing for today. Thank you so much. Cikgu Aisyah, thank you. Mr. Husein datang Taiping please. Mungkin boleh jenguk Taiping nanti.
Saya batch, saya kelas 12. Kelas 12 selalu label teruk.
Oh, kelas 12 dulu. Okay.
Betul. Kelas 12 selalu di label teruk. Asyik pimpunannya
Alright,
kelas 12 je.
Then Hikwan already follow you on GitHub. So,
Thank you so much.
nanti you don't forget to share your Telegram channel.
Okay.
So if anything, the students can go and boleh je kan to rujuk you, to refer on anything.
Kadang-kadang kami buat podcast, join ramai-ramai sembang, selesaikan masalah di company.
Okay. Alright, so maybe that's all for today. Untuk audience kita, insyaAllah next week ada lagi sesi kita untuk hari Khamis dan Jumaat juga. InsyaAllah 8.30 hingga 9.30. Stay tune. Stay tuned to our Facebook page, okay? Alright, insyaAllah tu je untuk hari ni. Thank you so much Cik Husein. Kita tangguh kita dengan tasbih kepada dan suratul As. Thank you, Say, for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone.
Good luck, Husein.
Thank you.